Yes, my name is Bench, and in the last episode of Smuggler's Cove, we were working on the conference room, which is really exciting. It's this big, massive dome sort of thing, whatever you want to call it. At the bottom of the Smuggler's Cove station, you can see here where it is in regards to everywhere else. It's this small little room underneath all the other parts of the station. You can see there. It's a very tall station, and there's quite a lot of colour there. You can see our yellow warning strip around the bottom, so we don't run into anything because our fuel thing's there. You can also see that our turrets are there as well. It's very large, and we've kind of reached the bottom of where the station will be. We're yet to do the actual top of the station just yet, but you can see it is very tall. In fact, I can tell you exactly. It is at 686 meters, so almost a kilometer. It's also very wide. So it might not look, it actually is quite square at the moment, even though it doesn't really look like it. There's all this tiering and stuff going on, and with the build helper we were able to do some really cool things like this big outer torus ring, which is also an observation ring as well, which is really cool. That all links down into where our turbo lift arrives, so we've reached the bottom where the turbo lift actually goes, which is this room in here. The arrival area, you can see turbo lift. It can lead to the observation ring up there, and we've also got then these other corridors that go out on an angle to the sort of gem style sideways or diagonal corridors that go down, and then we're here in the conference room. So in this episode we're going to start adding in our walkways down into the actual conference room, as well as start adding in some of our seating. Okay, so we've started adding in our first couple of rows of seating here in our convention room, our conference room, briefing room, whatever you want to call it. And you'll see they're all glowing red, and they've got these two sticks. So we've got lighting rods on them, and they've got a little button on them. And you hit the button, and there's this, it goes green. So you can see there, in the button again, and it'll go red. So, whoop, each of these has a green and a red, and you can see that if I switch, say this one on, and I fly into the center of a room, you can see that one stands out a bit. So, what we've got now is the option for people who are in this particular session. They can sit on a seat. They can just lean down and hit the button if they change their mind, or if they want to show that they agree with something, or if they disagree with something, they can keep it red. Or you could even have it where if people are in there and say we've got all the developers showing up, you want to ask a question, and you can leave it on green, and you can then see all the stuff, all the people who have green lights on have something to ask, so go ahead and ask them. The other thing we'll do is all this lighting around the back will hook up to a button that'll be on the lectern, and whether or not the lectern's this high or slightly lower, we'll see. Probably sits somewhere about there, just so you can see everyone. And that'll switch off all the blue lights, so then we can more clearly see the red and the green. The other thing that'll be happening is we'll actually be taking out a lot of this white hardened hull and turn it into green, so then we can have more of a glass, so you can see it looks really cool. I'm looking forward to it being all filled. It's going to look mad being able to see there and see if people agree or not agree, or if you're in a conference and there's a lot of people sitting in there, you can always see who has a question, who doesn't, and it will also make the room look really cool as well. So I'm going to keep at it, fill in the next couple of rows and see how we go with it all, but it's turning out to look really cool. I'm really excited for it. I like this whole section above. You can see the whole station above as well. It's going to be fantastic, so really excited. Going to keep at it. Okay, we've added in a couple extra rows now, and you can see just how cool it looks. We've also changed the back color to purple, so it's a bit more clear when things are red and green. You can see here if I fly up all the way over to this one, just here and switch it to green and fly out. That one you can see stands out a little bit more. Obviously we won't have a white behind, so it won't be as bright. It'll be the glass, and we'll still have the option to turn off all those lights as well. We might stick with a purple, we might change it to white. We'll just see how it reacts with the glass when we get there. But you can see we're starting to taper in a lot more towards the bottom level, so we might start seeing these things get a bit spread out. We'll see what happens. Yeah, and just see how we want to lay it all out, because I do want to have this section sort of glass. I really think that'll be really cool, especially when we start adding the planet stuff in as well, all the planet remnants. To be able to see that would be really awesome. So we'll figure it out and see what looks good. Yeah. Okay, we've filled in all the floor areas and we've run over stairwells, so you can see it comes from the very top here and it walks all the way down. You can see quite a few people can fit in here, which is great. And then we head into this center area. So I've left the ring. We'll do the lectern last, because what I want to do is actually start looking at filling in all this white hardened hull and actually replace it with glass, which should make this whole place open up. Then we can analyze the lighting, what we want to do with it, and also I'd like to probably use the white hardened hull for the actual lectern, so that's why I'm not doing it just yet. What we've also added in here is like a presentation sort of spot, so if you're someone else who wants to address everyone, you can stand there, or if it's a bit higher, you can stand there and see everyone. Everyone knows where to look, rather than the blanketing of all these other chairs. So you can stand there and present, ask questions, and then go back to your seat. So, you know, building a versatile room. And it's come along well. You can see it's really quite colourful. It looks very stadium-ish, even from external. So you can imagine it's going to be awesome to hold some events in here, some deliberations, some Q&As and all that. So I'm really looking forward to getting it all done and completed and how it's going to look. Okay, so we filled in the bottom area. You can see it looks awesome with the glass. It looks so cool. You do get that purple emanation from all the black lights we've got in there as well, which makes it look really cool. If we fly in there now, you can see this is what it looks like with all the lights on. That's our podium, little lectern sort of thing. So it's got a 3-tiered sort of setup where the people can kind of congregate, you know, relax, chat amongst themselves. Then you've got where they can sit in and watch people reacting, and then whoever's speaking is on the top, and we've got the plex lifter that runs through the middle. And then we've got the public faction module, so it can be opened so they can get out. And I need to put the buttons in for here as well. Whether or not it stays like that, or it'll probably become a ranked thing, just so that people aren't going in and attack over people presenting. There'll also be blast doors added to the entranceways into the actual place, and that'll help with the security in there as well. So once the session's in, if we want people just spectating, well, they can stay out here, and you can see it's a really good view, even if you want to watch with your ship. The other option we were talking about was being able to switch the lights off, so we could better see the lights that people have the option of choosing, whether red or green. So you can see there, that actually switches them all off. So we'll fly around just so we update a bit quicker. And you can see outside, it looks more grey, more neutral. And inside you can see it's quite clear that, say, if this person was green and maybe this person was green, and let's go up a row, this person and this person, you can see they kind of stand out a bit more against it. And looking around from the podium, you'd be able to see there's someone green, and the lights stay on the ones, like if you wanted to continue presenting up here as well. So you've got those options as well. So that's it for the conference room, the briefing room, the whatever you want to call it for now, which is really exciting. I'm glad to have gotten it done, and that's the bottom of a station. We'll fill in the bottom probably with a small array that sticks out, just to cap off the bottom there. But for now, that's that whole area of the Smuggler's Cove station, which is crazy to think that we've finally gotten that bit done, and we start working on the more and more height of the station, all this stuff up here, and keep going with it. But until then, my name is Bench, and thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching another Starmade video. We release videos every second day, so don't forget to subscribe.